The Bitcoin halving is near. It's in a couple of days. And what this means is that the Bitcoin reward will be halved. Simple as. Currently, the miners are pooling in the rewards at 12.5 Bitcoins every 10 minutes or so. In the next couple of days, there's an approximate time when this will happen. The Bitcoin protocol will halve the rewards, meaning that instead of pooling the 12.5 Bitcoins with all the miners, now there's only 6.25 to be mined every 10 minutes. There's a current rally going on. There's a lot of people buying cryptocurrencies, a lot of people buying Bitcoin, especially Bitcoin, because of the halving. And what people are expecting are really two outcomes. There's two sides to this coin. Side one, all the hype is building, all the participants are buying and holding Bitcoin. People are digging into their savings and buying Bitcoin because of the hype. It's more of a little loop that's going around. And I don't necessarily know how far Bitcoin can increase in price, but this side of the coin will assume that 10,000 is just the beginning of the rally. After the halving, or a week after the halving, the price could perhaps jump to 12 to 14,000 US dollar. Example, assumptions. I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know whether it's going to stay at 9,000-10,000, whether it's going to go above, whether it's going to go below. But if the Bitcoin halving, when it occurs, the reward will get halved, meaning there's less Bitcoins to go around. Now, this can incentivize the larger miners to increase the hash rate and sell off their Bitcoins to disrupt the little guys, the smaller miners. So you get the smaller miners who are barely making a profit at the moment. They'll get their reward cut in half. The hash rate's going up, so they can't even compete anymore, and they're not getting the funds to operate their infrastructure. So what happens is that all the little miners will start shutting off, and the larger mining pools or mining infrastructures that they have will start taking a bigger percentage of the 6.25 Bitcoin that's being mined. So the scenario in this case is the large miners will increase the hash rate, start selling off, make it really difficult to have a profitable mining operation going on for the small miners. And then when the dust settles, these guys will start controlling a bigger percentage of the network. So in this case, you will see a slight dump in the price. We're sort of peaking at 9,950 USD to 10,000, depending on which exchange and what time. This is really fluctuating by the minute. But in this scenario, you could see the price going back to $8,000 to $7,000 after the halving. Or you can see a rally where everyone's buying, everyone's not selling their cryptocurrencies, all the miners are keeping hold of their crypto, especially Bitcoin, because they know that the rewards are getting less. There is more incentive to hold than to sell. It's really difficult. If you guys are interested in getting hold of some Bitcoin, or you got attracted to buying Bitcoin during this hype, only spend what you can afford to lose, really, because I don't know what might happen. Nobody knows. People say they know. People are sure 99% is going to go direction A or direction B, go up or down, left and right. Nobody knows. If you did buy at 9,500, if you did buy at 10,000, if you bought at 8,000, don't go all in. If you're buying and the price drops, I recommend maybe buying some more. If you're buying right now, just assume that the money you're using is not going to be needed in an emergency, and this is something that you hold for the next 5 years. So even if you bought a 5,000 or 10,000, it doesn't make a difference. If your plan is to hold this asset for the next 5, maybe 10 years, let's say 5 years, the price will be very interesting in the next couple of years then. But for now, if you're playing the short game and you're trying to jump in on this hype, I don't know where Bitcoin will go. It could go to 12,000. It could just stay at 10,000 and get sold off really hard after the halving. We don't know. But there's really the main side that has a big hand in this are the miners, really. The miners are more incentivized to make a temporary loss to make sure that the smaller miners get kicked out, and then they take a bigger percentage of the pools. I don't know what other game they could play here, really. Or if all the pools are mining together at an increased hash rate, and there's a fair equal amount of distributed sizable infrastructures. There's not a massive mine with a small mine with if all these guys are mining from a pool, and if 80% of the mining is happening on mining pools, and those mining pools have an equal distributed luck, then you might be more incentivized to not sell your bitcoins, to hold on. So let's simplify this. If you have 4 mining pools, 4 really massive mining pools who are sharing the Bitcoin rewards between 20 to 30%, and then you got 2 other mining pools who are taking 5 to 7%. To knock off these guys, the hash rate should go up and the Bitcoin price should go down after the halving. At that point, that mining pool will become unprofitable and will not be active probably, so you're left with the 4 big ones. But if you began with having the 5 mining pools that are evenly distributed between 20 and 30% on the Bitcoin rewards, then you'll be more incentivized to not sell off, to hold on and keep mining, and only obviously selling off the Bitcoin that you need to run your operation, but not selling excessively because of the halving. This rally could then tumble up and compound up to maybe 12 to 14,000, but we will see. We will see what happens. I'm just sharing my ideas, just sharing with you guys what I think might happen. And again, I have no idea. I'm just giving you guys an overview of what I think is a key play in this halving. So good luck, play it safe, and see what happens. Fingers crossed.